Girl here. You may not know who I am, but I most definitely know all of you. However, my identity isn't what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about
Anna Garcia's death? Blair! Anna Garcia's dead!
Now, all of you are probably wondering, how did sweet little Anna Garcia die? Well, luckily for you, I have all the answers. But I'm not just going to hand you the answers on a silver platter. All of you are already spoiled enough. It's time you guys work for something once in your life, like solving how our beloved little Anna Garcia died. And to do this, we just need to listen. Very, very carefully.
Step 1. Find all of Anna Garcia's autopsy reports. It's with the police. All I need to do is give them extra cash to get my hands on those reports.
You know, do you love me? XOXO, Gossip Girl.
Blair, we need to find out how Anna Garcia died. Please, she was one of our best friends. Blair! Come on, we have to figure this out together.
Well, I know what I'll be doing to find out how Anna Garcia died. I don't know what you'll be doing. Anyways, I'll talk to you later. I have to go to Barney's with the girls. Dorota, this girl Anna just died and Serena's trying to solve the case before me. Come on, we have to get this done. What? You need to help my mom? Oh, fine. I don't need anyone. I'll solve this case by myself. Excuse me, can I talk to the head person or whatever they call it of this place?
What?
Can I talk to the head person of this place?
Take a left and it's down the hall.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Whoever you are, I need you to give me Anna Garcia's autopsy reports, and I mean all of them.
Excuse me, miss. We are not allowed to give that kind of information. It is strictly confidential.
I'll give you $2,000 for them.
Fine. You can give me that, and I will tell you who can give you those documents, because I am the girl's physician. I don't decide the cause of death.
Fine, just tell me.
Second room to the left. What do you want?
I need you to give me Anna Garcia's autopsy reports.
Can't give you that.
I'll give you $4,000 for them.
How am I gonna find out how she died? Let's see. Okay, well, I can try to plan this out and think about how the symptoms that were present before she died. Okay, I'm going to look at each autopsy report that Gossip Girl posts and make connections with the diseases that I know Anna Garcia had. She told me that she was diabetic and anemic, hypercholesterolemia, and had a UTI, urinary tract infection. Okay, let me start out with the autopsy report. Let me see. Okay, this doesn't help me at all. Looks like I'll just have to wait a few more days so that Gossip Girl can release all of her reports.
Gossip Girl here. I have decided to release all of the autopsy reports that relate to Anna Garcia's death, which all of you have been restlessly waiting for. It seems that the competition to figure out how AG died has been getting quite intense. Word around town is that S&B are plotting a resolution, but this time without each other. This catfight seems to be getting pettier day by day, and we are absolutely loving it. But the real question remains, who or what killed AG? And who will find the cause of the mysterious death?
Finally, she posted the reports. Let's see. Okay, this just got more confusing. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is research any diseases relating to these symptoms and then move on from here.
What do all of these mean? I need to figure this out quick and before anyone else. Dorota! I need you to research all of these symptoms on this long autopsy report. And I need them done tonight so I can shock everyone tomorrow morning. Got
Okay,
it?
Miss. Oh my god! I think I found it! I think I have found the cause of her death! It's sepsis! Yes! Now I'm able to say that I helped my friend get the justice that she deserved and that she wasn't murdered! Wait, okay, before I can get ahead of myself, I need to go over my information just to make sure. Okay, so indications of sepsis are in the first autopsy report. A key feature of sepsis is diffuse microvascular leakage, which is widespread leakage from small blood vessels, leading to swelling in tissues and organs, which is edema. This causes organs throughout the body to malfunction, and also her fingernails, they were gray, oxygen deprived. That means that the deprivation of oxygen is followed by the dysfunction of major organs. And also, vomiting. It's a common symptom of sepsis. So in this part of the autopsy report, I discovered there was evidence of vomit in the oral cavity of the patient. So moving on to the second one, high blood glucose levels means diabetes, which is a risk factor. And also when infection from diabetes gets severe, the body can respond by developing sepsis. This was the case in Anna Garcia. The third one. Yes, the third one says that the left kidney was pale and indicating signs of early stage necrosis. Necrosis is indicative of sepsis, as sepsis leads to kidney damage. Thus, it makes sense that Anna's kidney suggested signs of necrosis. From there, the fourth one led to finding out that the sickle cell anemia in children under the age of 5 years have an increased 15% likelihood of developing sepsis, which was the case for Anna Garcia. Antibiotics were administered, however, they were not effective, so this could have had major impact on the development of sepsis. Oh, also, cardiovascular dysfunction results in an increased mortality rate of 70% to 90% compared to septic patients without the cardiovascular impairment, as discussed earlier, a 15% rate, which was present in Anna's case. Therefore, Anna had a significantly increased chance of sepsis due to her cardiovascular dysfunctions. And to tie it all off with the last autopsy report, elevated white blood cell count was evident, which indicates the body is fighting an infection, especially a urinary tract infection. Elevated serum lactate was also noted, which gets higher when a severe infection, like sepsis, lowers the flow of blood and oxygen throughout the body. And when the liver is severely damaged, because the liver normally breaks down lactic acid, noticeable red lines and red streaks on the skin were seen. This most likely means that sepsis caused blood clots to form in her organs, her arms, her legs, her fingers, and her toes. In conclusion, sepsis was caused by her body's response to her UTI. Her organs started to shut down, starting with her kidney.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Well, there you have it. You know why I died. And like any other curious human being, you're probably wondering what made me so death prone. Man, this is gonna take a while. Take a seat, and let me tell you how my diseases contributed to my death. It started when I was a tiny 14-month-old baby. It was at this age when I was diagnosed with sickle cell anemia. So sickle cell anemia is an inherited disease in which the body produces like abnormally shaped cells. For people who live with this disease, it's extremely important that they remember that any bacterial infection has a large potential for progressing to sepsis, which can have a lethal outcome if not treated early. As you can see, I wasn't treated properly. During my childhood, I was pretty active. I never had a history of any major diseases except for sickle cell anemia. Well, all that changed at the age of 14. I went to the doctor because I was experiencing fatigue, and I couldn't complete my everyday activities without feeling exhausted. I feel thirsty all the time. No matter how much water I drink, I still could feel my throat dry. My mother told the doctor that I use the bathroom more often and that I lost like about 10 pounds since my last visit. Neither my mother or my doctor were particularly pleased with my symptoms. And so since my family has a history of high cholesterol and heart disease, I was sent for glucose testing to rule out diabetes. And guess what? Just my luck, I was diagnosed with diabetes, which is seen in the fact that I continue to have high blood sugar levels over a long period of time. To determine which type of diabetes I have, yes, there are two. I had to undergo the insulin level test. Let's just say my insulin levels were practically at zero, since my pancreas wouldn't produce any insulin because my immune system will attack the insulin cells. This meant that I had type 1 diabetes. People with diabetes are at risk of developing wounds that don't heal well. While the wounds are open, they are at high risk of developing infection. As if that wasn't enough, I also have heterozygous familial hypercholesterolemia. At the age of 37, I was referred to a cardiologist after 2 incidents of start-result chest pain. I didn't smoke, but my diet was high in calories and fat. I also drank 3 glasses of wine each day after work. I did some yoga videos at home, and I took 1 aspirin a day. As I mentioned before, my family has a history of early heart disease, as well as uncontrolled hypertension, both of which only increase my risk factors for heart disease. My familial hypercholesterolemia worse. After a laboratory analysis, it was found that I have very high LDL and total cholesterol levels. However, on a positive note, I had high HDL levels and normal triglycerides levels. All these factors led my doctors to conduct a genetic test, which upon analysis concluded that I had heterozygous familial hypercholesterolemia. Some complications of these diseases are heart attacks at an early age, heart diseases, atherosclerosis, and stroke. Fortunately, this disease didn't have a direct effect on my death. As to what actually led to my death, let me start from the beginning. I have recently learned that I had acquired a urinary tract infection after a bacteria called Serratia marcescens was detected in my body. It's kind of embarrassing, but you should know UTIs are a common infection that affect more women than men. My untreated UTI spread to my kidney, causing even more pain and illness. Sepsis was my body's response to the UTI. Before I knew it, the sepsis began to take over, eventually developing a more severe form, ultimately leading me to septic shock and then death. Not such a fun way to die, right? Whatever this means, I can watch the showdown between Blair and Serena without having to choose sides.
Oh my god, I can't believe I found it! I need to visit Anna Garcia's medical examiner so I can get a more thorough understanding and more detail about Anna's death. Hi, excuse me, can you please tell me where the medical examiner is?
Turn to the right and go straight.
Oh, thank you. Good morning. Can I talk to you about a patient that recently passed away?
Anna Garcia.
Yes.
Look, I can't give you any of the autopsy reports because the other girl already took them. So sorry, hun. Yeah, look.
Who?
Didn't catch the name. All I can remember is that she has short black hair. Oh, and super snobby.
Blair?
What exactly are you here for?
Oh, well, okay. I think that I know the cause of Anna Garcia's death, but I wanted to see the reports just to support my theory and to get more information.
What do you think she died of?
Sepsis. I know that I diagnosed it correctly. I just need you to tell me what the main cause of her death was. Like, what was affected and how that led to her death.
Anna Garcia's death from sepsis all began from a catheter. Yep, a catheter. Because of that thing, she got a urinary tract infection from the bacteria Serratia marcescens. And from there on, I guess life just got worse for her. Her urinary system just got so bad. The UTI had a huge effect on her urinary system. That girl suffered a lot. Anyway, whatever. Whenever she peed, she would be feeling pain and her kidney got bad. That's signs of organ failure popping up. All because of that bacteria caused by the catheter. Yeah, so as expected, her liver failed because of the UTI, and it had something to do with the immune system because a large number of chemicals being released into the blood during its process of fight off the infection, triggering widespread inflammation affecting Anna's cardiovascular system, Blood clots formed at her arms and legs, blocking blood flow and oxygen to organs. Her immune system was also affected by her diabetes. Basically, Anna's diabetes caused her immune system to kill the insulin-producing cells in the pancreas, and because she had diabetes, her immune responses were much lower, which made it easier for her to get infections. So if she didn't have diabetes, maybe she would have never gotten a UTI, which led to her blood poisoning.
Oh, for such a selfish medical examiner, you know a lot. Thank you so much.
Was that a necessary lie?
Good morning, Upper East Siders. Today I come to you with good news. Queen Bee has proved her power yet again, as she identified Anna Garcia's cause of death. Anna Garcia died due to sepsis. Now, let's not focus on the past. We don't need any of that negative energy affecting our flawless skin. Stress isn't good for the body. But to help placate your curious little souls, let me explain Anna Garcia's risk factors, which ultimately led to her death. I know, it's a bit uninteresting. However, I feel that it is my duty as your resident gossip girl to inform and educate the public, therefore potentially preventing any other deaths like Anna Garcia's. You all should be eternally grateful. I'm saving lives here. Where should I start? Oh, I know. First of all, let me begin by saying sepsis is the poisoning of the blood that occurs when the immune system releases chemicals in response to an infection, but instead ends up affecting the bloodstream negatively. Anna's UTI left her more susceptible to sepsis. If her UTI had been treated promptly with antibiotics, the poisoning of the blood could have been prevented. Sepsis occurs in response to an infection within the body, and the fact that Anna Garcia had diabetes meant that she was more susceptible to developing wounds and sores that don't heal properly, as well as being more likely to have a severe infection quicker. Also, the circumstances of diabetes leave her more at risk for sepsis, as well as going into septic shock. So, she should have tried to better control her diabetes along with her blood glucose levels. This means trying to lower her blood glucose levels through diet, exercise, and medication. Finally, those with sickle cell anemia, like Anna Garcia, have a weaker immune system, which means that she becomes more likely to develop an infection, therefore making her more likely to develop through sepsis, since it is a response to the immune system. However, this risk factor isn't modifiable since she was born with this condition. All she could do is try and control and decrease her risk of infection, which she didn't, as seen by the fact that Anna isn't here. By practicing good hygiene, going to the doctor immediately upon not feeling well, among other protocols, could have easily decreased her risk of her infection becoming worse. But alas, AG was a bit too headstrong. Look where it caused her to be. Hint, 6 feet under the ground. Well, that is all for today, and congrats Queen Bee for the official title of Sherlock Holmes of the Upper East.
Blair, oh my god, how did you know how she died?
I have my ways.
Well, congrats. I'm just glad that everyone knows how Anna Garcia really died.
Okay. I need you to do me another favor. This girl will probably come to you later this week, and when she does, I need you to tell me what she tells you.
What will I get out of it?
$4,000. It will be sent to you as soon as you give me some good news.
Okay.
Sorry, S, you were a bit too little too late. Next time, stop being naive. You know you love me. XOXO, Gossip Girl.